Good morning. So what we have is another tutorial on ImageJ. What you see in front of you is a picture of some cells, and I know from biology, you know that those cells have nucleus, they have microfilaments and actin tubules and ribosomes and mitochondria. Well, in this case, what we're interested in is the nucleus. So the nucleus contains all of the genetic information, all the DNA, all the chromosomes, all the genes. And we want to know how big, what is the area of those nuclei. So we're going to use ImageJ to help us out. If you follow your handout, you will see that all of the directions that are provided on the screen are also provided on your handout. First things first, you will open up ImageJ and go to File. Okay, once you get to File, you'll see Open Samples, and you will choose something called HeLa cells. They're a very famous type of cell, and I could talk about that at length, but for today we're interested in analyzing the picture of those cells. Very clearly in the image you see that there are green, and there are red, and there are blue fluorescent dyes. So the cells are not intrinsically or naturally colored like this, but by adding a dye to them we can see the specific parts. We can take it one step further and separate the color channels. So if you go to Image, Color, and Split Channels, okay, what you'll see is that every image is actually made up of 3 channels. Every image has a blue channel, every image has a green channel, and every image has a red channel. And so we can look at each of those separately, and when we stain the components of the cells, we can look at those components separately. Like I said, we're interested in the size of the nucleus, and the size of the nucleus, we will have to make each of these things an object. So the first thing we will do is to click Image, Adjust Threshold. Image, Adjust Threshold. You're going to follow exactly the numbers that are provided for you, so the top slider will become 455. The bottom slider will become the maximum, which is 2832. And click Apply. You can close that. Now what we have is a perfectly white object on a perfectly black background, and we can analyze the size of those white objects. So we click on, as your instructions will also tell you, click on Analyze, click on Set Measurements, follow the boxes that are provided on your sheet. You want to click on Area, Perimeter, and Shape Descriptors. Click OK. And then finally, the scale of the object is already set. The scale says that each pixel is 0.05 microns, or there are 19 pixels per micron. So don't worry about that. You click on Analyze again, Analyze Particles, and change nothing, just click OK. The final step that you'll reach is where you get results. The results will tell you the area of the particles, or the nuclei, the perimeter of the nuclei, how closely they resemble a circle. If it was a perfect circle, these would be 1, so they're slightly less than perfect. And then the aspect ratio is the length divided by the width. Again, if it was a perfect circle, the length divided by the width would be 1. So we can see that these are elongated. And these are some other variables that let us know how closely our object resembles a circle. So your final steps for today will be to analyze the average of these particle areas and to notice that there are some major differences in the values. So without giving away the answers to the final 5 questions, this should be the final step before you fill in your table and then provide your interpretation of each of those 4 variables. So good luck, and remember, you can refer to this on our website at any time. You can also just raise your hand and ask a neighbor or ask me. So good luck.